I would definitely say season 2 was not well written. But
I
here's
enjoyed the first season way better,
well,
way
here's the thing.
better.
Here's the thing. So I did some research on the reason why, because this kept coming up in the comment section of the app that I used to watch anime on. And from what I understand, this arc, the Spirit Turtle arc, and the whole thing in the other world from like this entire season, basically, this arc in the light novel and in the manga were the worst received arcs for the manga and light novel in Japan. So what I think happened is because of the fact that those, the anime already knew going in that these weren't well received arcs, but the next arc after this is actually one of the fan favorites. They decided to just rush through it. That's why we only got 13 episodes for this season instead of the 26 we got for last season.
It just sucks, Isaiah. It just sucks. It's a Promised Neverland season 2 all over again.
I was actually going to make that same comparison. Yeah, they did the exact same thing. I mean, I would say better quality than Promised Neverland season 2 did, because at least we got actual episodes, not just like fucking clip shows. But
They both dropped the ball.
but here, but here's the thing. I would give them better credit because they at least went in there with a plan. Because alright, this is the way I broke it down, and this is the way I've been actually going. Like after episode 6, this is what I figured out they were doing with season 2. They did, and this was risky for them to do, but they decided to go for some reason. They did 5-episode arcs, or 6-episode arcs, where the first 5 episodes of each arc build up to the 6th episode to give a payoff to the ending of that like 5-episode or 6-episode arc. Like episodes 1 through 5, they made a whole bunch of changes, building up to the like relationship between Rishia and all the other people there, putting a heavy focus on Ost and her importance to the story, so they can have the payoff of Rishia being kind of badass in episode 6, and then Ost sacrificing herself so now Fumi can get that new shield. That was like supposed to be the payoff, and I think the payoffs we got in episode 6 and episode 12 were worth the bad episodes we got from episodes 1 through 5 and episodes 7 through 11.
I'll say what everybody says about Demon Slayer. The animation carried that fucking episode.
I'm not gonna argue. The animation was clean. The animation definitely
Like I said,
carried it.
The writing is bad, but I will say, when they have the action scenes or whatever, they had that all them doing crazy shit or whatever. It is cool. It is entertaining. That's probably why people are like, flipping coins about it, because alright, here's a bad story, but here's all these cool fighting scenes or whatever, and these little moments with these characters that the writer's just gonna forget about next season because that's what he always does. But that's besides the point. But it did have some real like high highs and some real low. The lows were very lows and the highs were very highs this season. It was just
I know.
all over the place.
I completely agree, and that's why I ultimately I would give the season overall probably a 7.5 out of 10, because to me the highs were episode 6 and episode 12, and I feel like they were so high for me that I'm willing to forgive and overlook how much I didn't really like episodes 1 through 5 and episodes 7 through 11, because because the payoffs that we got from 6 and 12 for all the buildup that was happening in those episodes for me paid off well enough.
Yeah, I see what you mean. I'll still give it a 5.
I mean, you're not the only one. I see a lot of people. This
50-50, that's average.
this
mid.
This season really split a lot of fans, and like a lot of people who went into first season and really enjoyed it, walked away from the second season and said they're not coming back if it gets to season 3. Now I don't believe them. I know they're gonna actually come back because they always do.
Yeah, I'm still gonna watch shit, but I'm knee deep. I gotta finish the journey.
But by the way, I saw a lot of people commenting on like Verve, the app I used to watch anime, and I think on Crunchyroll too. No one knows, or they were all asking if there actually is going to be a season 3, or season 2 is going to be so bad that they don't get renewed for season 3. But it was already renewed for season 3 when they announced season 2.
Yeah, I think I remember reading that somewhere too. That season 3 is already greenlit.
Yeah, and that's again why I think they decided to just rush through season 2, because they knew they knew they're going to have to adapt the worst received arc in the entire series. So I think they just really decided, all right, let's just rush through this as quickly as possible so we can get into season 3 and get into the actual interesting stuff. Because from what I hear, which by the way, as of episode 12, the anime is now past where I am in the manga. So I have no idea what goes after this. But from what I hear, the next season and like the next big arcs focus on or have some huge development for like the other 3 heroes.
It's about that time. Gotta
Yeah.
do something with them because I swear every time they're on screen, they're fucking idiots. They're the heroes, the cardinal heroes, but they're worse than stormtroopers in Star Wars. They don't get nothing done.
Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong. They are idiot characters. The only one in season 1 I somewhat liked was the sword hero Ren, because he was the one fucking up the least out of 3 of them. I mean, he kind of went into everything thinking like it was just all a game, but at least he was doing his job. The other 2 were just fucking up all over the place.
Yeah, they're just cocky. They're just all cocky.
Yeah, I'm actually
and get fucked up.
Actually, no. Speaking of the sword hero, I'm actually interested in what's going to happen now because I don't know what happened. I didn't know that Raphtalia was going to be able to keep that katana. I knew she got it because I read that part of the manga, but I didn't know she'd actually get to keep it when they went back to their world. So now that she's a hero too, I'm wondering what's going to happen when she starts outshining him.
Yeah, I didn't think about that, but as soon as they mentioned the katana, I knew it was gonna be hers.
Oh yeah, no, same.
Talking about she needed a weapon.
Oh yeah, no, same. Same. Even before she got in, well, yeah, even before she got in the manga, I was like, all right. The second they mentioned the sword, that like a sword weapon there, I was like, okay, she's getting that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, speaking of that, I know you had to love that episode or that scene where after when the main bad guy for the season, he was talking to
he gets destroyed. That's the only scene that I rewinded like 3 times.
Because no, I'm talking about like
a bit of badassery.
I'm talking about with like when he was talking to the purple hair guy and he told him not to move and the guy moved and he just split in half.
Yeah, that's the part I'm talking about where she wasn't even there. She already left by now.
And
he was talking to the main villain, the terrible villain. Like, oh shit, they actually like that was pretty like grim.
Yeah, I didn't expect that.
Again.
I figured he was gonna move. I figured he was gonna move and die, and I figured it was just gonna be like one of those things where he just like falls and like he just instantly dies. But they cut him in half, and we saw the blood spurt. I did not expect that.
I got dismembered. I think it was more than half. He got chopped up. Yeah, it was pretty cool. More of that.
And we might get more of that in the next season. Who knows?
I'm looking forward to it. That's what the show needs. That's why I'm interested, because like I said, the writing and the story is it's okay. It's not the best or whatever, but like I said, when they get fighting, things get rolling. I do like the fights. Shit, like the Pope in the first season. I thought the Pope was a better villain than this new guy.
Oh, definitely.
I forget the new guy's name. He was just so terrible.
His name was Kyo. Yeah, Kyo.
Yeah. Yeah, oh man, this guy is just awful.
Which I don't know if he caught on.
Who is this?
I don't know if he caught on. He was also just like the 4 heroes. He was someone from Japan, who instead of just being transported to their world, to the world he's at, he got reincarnated there.
Yeah, he was a fat guy.
Yep.
Yeah, I caught on. I saw that. That was a cool little scene too.
I really got pissed at him when he stopped Raphtalia from teleporting away with Naofumi and them. And like I want to say it was like episode 8.
Yeah, I remember that part.
Which, by the way, that's another huge change they made in the anime, because Raphtalia was not supposed to be with Naofumi and Rishi at that part. He was supposed to already have been with the Scythe hero from that world in his group.
Oh, she was supposed to be with the other party.
Yeah, they changed it because obviously Raphtalia is the poster girl. Everyone in America and Japan loved her the most from season 1, and they didn't want to take it. Oh yeah, not you, but they didn't want to take too much time away from her being on camera. That's why they kept her with him for like those 2 episodes, and then had like just 1 episode where she wasn't with him, and then the rest of the time we saw her on screen.
I don't know. There's like the little fucking the little god. What the hell's her name? The little chicken god.
Little chicken god.
Futoria, Futoria, whatever the hell her name is.
Wait, are you talking about the actual? Are you talking about Elo or are you talking about the other one?
Oh no, the real deal.
Oh, that was the biggest complaint I had about this entire season. Her.
She was my favorite part.
No, she was a great part, but you want to know what happens in the actual, like the light novel and the manga when she's fighting that giant turtle?
Well, don't tell she gets crushed.
No, she turns into a fucking giant kaiju and fights him. That was one. That was like that was one of my favorite things in the manga, seeing her turn into a giant fucking bird and fighting the turtle, and they changed it.
Well, that means that she has a crazy ass form that I have yet to see.
I mean,
she just fought in her regular chicken form.
I mean, she didn't. It's not like she didn't like change like form or anything like that. She's kind of just grew to his size and was fighting like hand in hand with him. But still,
that's more or less what happened in the anime, but she wasn't as big. Nowhere.
No,
big.
she was still at her normal size when she was fighting him. She was just jumping around. I'm talking about in the manga, she grows to the size of the fucking spirit turtle.
Yeah, that would have been badass. Yeah, but even then, I still think the fight with her it was still badass.
You know, it was still cool, but I wanted to see a giant kaiju fight.
I gotta watch Godzilla vs Kong, your favorite movie.
Nah, I'm not touching that movie with 10-inch pole.
That's your kaiju fight.
Okay, let's end this video. Final thoughts on Shield Hero. What did you think about season 2 overall? Like, what grade would you give it?
I told you 5 out of 10. Grade D for these nuts.
Would you still come back for season 3 though?
Of course, I told you I'm already knee deep in this shit. I gotta see what the fuck's gonna happen with these dumbass heroes and Naofumi, the guy who has no character development.
We talking about Naofumi? Hold on. Naofumi got a lot of character development since the beginning of the series.
Okay, he got an episode or two of some development. Fine.
No. I mean, look at it. First episode, he was too trusting. Then, second episode after that, like from second episode of season 1 to like the ending of season 1, he was very destructing on everyone. And then look at it with him in this season. After realizing how wrong he was in that season, he's actually more trusting and more willing to work with people, even people that were trying to kill him in the last season.
Yeah, that's it. And then he didn't change from that. He's got two sides.
He got a lot of character development. You gotta give that to Naofumi. He got a lot of character development.
They focus more on the green-haired girl.
I mean, yeah, in the first 5 episodes, they did focus a lot on her, but Naofumi got a lot. You gotta give it to Naofumi. He got a lot. He didn't get a whole lot in season 2, but overall, as a character, he's gotten a lot of character development since the beginning of the series.
Yeah. Definitely not the same, but ain't do much with him. At least the slut's still a slut.
Wait, which one? Oh, you mean the princess? The red hair one?
Yeah, at least they still call her slut. That gave me a little chuckle. Oh shit!
I could have swore they were supposed to call her bitch, not slut, but I guess I might be misremembering.
It might have been bitch. It might have been bitch.
No, I'm pretty sure they call it. No, actually, I have to go back and watch episode 1 again of the season. I don't remember what they called her, but
yeah, you know what I mean. I was surprised. You know, shit. At least this is still a running joke.
Oh yeah, no, that's gonna be a running joke for a long time.
Yeah, just hope they get more into the weaves in the next season. That's what I really like. That's what had me interested in just them dealing with the waves.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that should be a big part of it. I mean, one of their missions going forward is going to basically be in a way to figure out how to stop the waves and stop from having to kill each other's worlds. So I'm looking forward to seeing what they do with that.
I want to see if they even show like other worlds over there, because I swear every hero or person that comes from other worlds, it seems like their worlds are exactly how they're exactly the same as the worlds that they're invading. They don't seem any different. They don't seem like they're from a vast different universe or anything. It just seems like they're from the next town over.
What do you mean by that?
Just to see the other, like the other heroes from the different dimensions and from the different worlds. Like they don't seem like, I don't know, maybe just an isekai thing or stuff that I just don't know about because I haven't watched enough. But they just
Oh, okay.
expect them to be like different. Like I don't know.
I think I know. I think I know what you're talking about. But yeah, that's kind of just like an isekai thing. Basically, the worlds are not that different from like feudal Japan and like, you know, feudal Europe and stuff like that. They're always heavily based on that. With just, you know, the added creatures of like magic and dragons and stuff like that. There's not really usually that much of a difference between that and, you know, our world.
Also, it's not like the different like races and species you per se. Like in those different universes, they'd be the same.
Well, I mean, there's gonna be other races. Like you saw how like in the world that they went to with Kizuna, they had that guy who could turn from a rabbit to a person.
That was Shield Hero.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was the boat hero.
Oh yeah, that's another thing that fucking bothered me. How the fuck did they get onto the boat? Every time that they say let's get onto the boat, the camera would pan away and they'd end up on the boat. I want to see them get on that boat.
I mean, magic.
The big buddy guy. Oh, he was great.
I tried so many times I could not pronounce his name.
Yeah, me either. We shall see what they do with the third season whenever it comes back in 3 more years.
And I have a feeling we're gonna hear more information about season 3 probably by summer of next year. So I'm thinking we might get probably not the season starting that time, but I think we're gonna get news about it. So I'm thinking probably like a 2024 release date for season 2 or season 3.
Oh, we'll see. The way they're just pushing shit out these days, I wouldn't be surprised if it comes out soon.
I will say this: next season, I want to see more of that other world.
Yes, me too. I won't see anything but stupid bullshit. It doesn't come out of nowhere. I hope a random threat doesn't come up out of nowhere again, like the fucking goddamn turtle or whatever.
I mean, there's always gonna be a random
focus.
I mean, that's anime. There's always gonna be a random threat.
I mean, yeah, but that shit was so random. They ain't talking about no goddamn turtle in the first season.
No, they actually did. They actually did build up to it.
Did they? Just don't remember then.
Yeah, when they met the when they met the girl, the queen of the Florians or whatever, the bird people.
Victoria.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When they met her, he mentioned that
Prophesized it.
well, she mentioned that the heroes had to work together to defeat something in order to stop the waves, and if she couldn't, and then no, that was it. That's what she was talking about.
What the fuck did those other heroes? They ain't work together. No, Fumi and his bitches carried everything. Those guys were tied up. Remember?
Yeah, no, I know. You're not wrong, but but also they weren't supposed to fight it at that point yet. Remember, Kyo forced it to awaken and forced it to go start collecting souls. It wasn't supposed to be there yet.
Also, it's random. If all it took was the Osta, whatever her name is, to die or whatever, why didn't she just kill herself from the get-going and just give Naofumi the powers? Why was that never an option?
Are you talking about when they made it inside the turtle, when she got all her memories back, or before that? Because remember, she didn't remember all that until they got inside the turtle.
She could, Isaiah, I call bullshit. She conveniently remembered things whenever she fucking wanted to, or whatever like plot there needed it.
No, I'm not gonna argue.
I felt like that was a joke she was playing. I felt like she was like evil at one point because of how silly it was getting.
No, that you're not wrong. That is like a plot device that they had for her not remembering, but
every episode.
The logic for it was that obviously the spirit turtle would want to protect itself, so why would it have her offering it herself up? Like, why would it let her remember that she just has to die in order for it to die if it wants to protect itself? It obviously would block those memories from her.
Ruined it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna say the season was anywhere near as good as season 1, but I still think it was okay at best. I think that's a good stopping point right there. I know you didn't like season 2, but I enjoyed it, and I'm really excited to watch season 3 when it comes out.
Huh? I'm sad to see what bullshit he's gonna write this time.
I'm pretty sure the writer of the series is the girl.
Oh, that explains everything. Perfect way to end the video.